We earn money, save money and buy things. It is impossible to live beyond the economic cycle. What trends are dictated by world markets and how do they affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. Today in our program, tourism industry in Kazakhstan. How did it begin? First tourists and travel agents, international vacation worldwide. How to spend an unforgettable vacation and save money. $8 trillion or 10.5% of world GDP, so much has brought tourism to the global economy in 2017. Experts call this industry the fastest growing. In terms of indicators, it surpassed industrial production, wholesale and retail trade, and financial services. In addition, it provides employment for more than 300 million people. We have something to show. Manager of the ethno village, Sara Abilmajinova, says so. This ethno owl is located 35 kilometers from Almaty, and anyone can contemplate the amazing beauty of natural landscapes here and plunge into the way of life, culture and traditions of nomads. Cottages are the first yurt cottages, built for the convenience of guests. These rooms are equipped with bathrooms, TVs and air conditioning, and other necessary things. We have 5 such apartments on the territory, of which 2 are double, 1 is triple and 1 is full-bedded. The average check for lunch and dinner is 3,000 tenge. Guests can taste pilaf, lagman and other oriental dishes outdoors. Upon the preliminary order, everything can be cooked in accordance with ancient recipes. The main entertainment here is a costume show with a demonstration of Oriental games and customs. For example, guests will be able to see the ritual of guest meeting shashu, putting the baby in the cradle ritual called Besik Salu, or the Tusao Kesu ritual of jazz cutting. Horse riding is also very popular here. The price of a mountain horse ride is 4,000 tenge per hour. Local workers have done a great job to turn this place into a unique tourist site. They've built a road and provided electricity and water. This is probably peculiar to each recreation area. To do a statistics or the analysis of the guests. Every year the number of visitors increases even during the weekdays, and we are very proud of it. We try to work hard to do our best for the guests in order to keep the brand of the first ethno owl in Kazakhstan. So it is very important for us to see the growth of the number of guests coming to the ethno village. This place deserves to be called the engine of domestic and inbound tourism of Almaty city and Almaty region. More than 10 years of its existence, a huge number of local and foreign guests have visited this base. Affordable prices, an interesting program and first-class service. This is the key to success.
Our
foreign guests usually come from the European countries. Sometimes our guests are from South Africa. And of course, we especially like when our neighbors from Kyrgyzstan, Russia and Ukraine come here. So we've had a lot of different guests who wanted to get acquainted with our traditions and culture. And of course, our locals, I mean the residents of Almaty, also visit us frequently. Founders are planning to further develop ethno-tourism in Kazakhstan. Festivals of national cultural linguistic camps are sometimes being held here. In the future, perhaps, a constantly operating base of folk craftsmen will also appear at this site. Over the past year, the index of domestic tourism in Kazakhstan increased by 20% and amounted to about 6 million visitors. This happened first of all due to the growing interest of people to the history and culture of their native country. Of the 14 regions of the Republic, the most popular in this regard are the regions of Almaty, East Kazakhstan, Zhambyl and Akmola, and the central Kazakhstan. People began to travel more across the country. That is, we are not talking about a full-fledged vacation, we are talking about people who are looking for the opportunity to go outside the city for a vacation, for recreation, with the purpose of communicating with nature and those who just need to take a So, if for a number of reasons it is impossible to fly out of the country, it is still possible to spend a decent vacation in the local resorts. For example, regular summer flights to Balkhash have already been launched from Astana and Almaty. The cost of the flight is 9 and 14,000 tenge respectively. The second popular destination is Alakol, the cradle of medical tourism. A 10-day holiday at a local sanatorium will cost about 120,000 tenge per person. In addition to accommodation, this sum includes meals and transfers. Similar rest in Sarıagaş will cost a little cheaper. For comparison, vacation on the same conditions in Turkey will cost 150,000 tenge.
Сюда приходит основной поток туристов. У нас можно проверить.
The majority of tourists usually come right here. They can check the mail or get free tourist maps of the city, some guidebooks. Here we also have tour operators, so you can come and buy yourself a unique tour around Almaty or to the mountains. We have literally everything.
По алматинской агломерации, то есть абсолютно все.
Consultants will help to choose a route taking into account the budget and interests of each tourist, as well as provide advice on what to do in emergency situations. A special website operates in the center, where all the key information is gathered in the form of small articles. For example, where it is better to accommodate, in a hotel or a hostel, where to try national food, and also everything about the visa support. In addition, the event calendar is constantly being updated, so be sure you won't miss anything. At the same time, the organization conducts a research work which helps to find out, apart from everything, that tourists from Russia and China come here more frequently than others.
我们这次来到哈萨克斯坦的话呢，看了非常多漂亮的风景，也吃了很多好吃的一些东西，所以这几天都在吃这个马奶汁啊，还有马肉啊、羊排啊、saslik。
I came to Kazakhstan to see a new country, to learn the culture of your people, to try national food. I really liked kumes, shish kebab and horse meat. I was very interested in visiting these places, and all the photos and all the impressions and emotions that I received, I will share them with my readers. I want to learn as much as possible about your country from the subscribers of my blog. And everyone in China will know that there is such a country with interesting places that next time they choose your country for traveling.
游记啊、攻略啊，去做一些分享，所以的话呢，就会让更多的中国人知道，中国有个邻居，叫做哈萨克斯坦，这边的话呢，风景非常的美，很纯自然，很原生态，所以的话呢，我包括我自己也会再次来这里的。
Health tourism is a new perspective direction for Kazakhstan, experts say. Only in 2017 in local clinics, more than 500 foreigners received scheduled inpatient treatment and about 23,000 health services in local resorts and sanatoriums. This brought additional 900 million tenge to the state budget. This year was also marked by the active integration of Kazakhstan into international community on medical tourism. In 2018, the Republic first joined the Congress of Health and Sport Tourism in Turkey. 50 representatives of 20 leading medical centers, private clinics and sanatorium resort organizations of Kazakhstan, as well as more than 100 local tour operators and travel agents participated in it. In the nearest future, the government plans to attract more than 30,000 foreign tourists and more than 1 billion tenge of annual income from inbound medical tourism to the country. Digital technologies have widely penetrated to the field of world tourism. Experts say that for almost a third of the total number of tourists, the forthcoming trip is planned by a computer. Another category of travelers is planning on-site routes, focusing on the trends of mass culture. 39% of tourists around the world make a choice reading popular blogs or browsing video sharing. Slightly less, or 36%, dream of being in places seen in movies. Japan has made a bet on domestic tourism. Historical development of the country was the first prerequisite for this. The policy of closed doors taught the Japanese to appreciate what they have in their homeland. Favorable natural and climatic conditions and the existence of various historical and cultural complexes also played an important role. As for the air traveling, scrupulous Japanese primarily pay attention to flight safety and the possibility of using preferential tariffs like FFP mile cards. But China plans to become the largest market for outbound tourism. It is expected that by 2022 the Chinese will do 128 million overseas trips a year, thus overtaking the United States, today's leader in this matter. Spain is more interested in exporting its products using the tourism market. Therefore, the country is considering the cancellation of the minimum purchase amount for the registration of a tax-free system exempting foreigners from paying VAT. Now, non-EU tourists can issue tax-free when purchasing goods for at least $106. This rule has been in force since 1992. The cancellation of the minimum purchase amount will increase the turnover of small businesses to 142 million a year, experts say. The beginning of the modern era of travels is determined by the 4th millennium BC, and the Phoenicians are called the ancestors of the so-called tourist business. This ancient people invented the first wheel, writing, and the first money. All these gave the starting point in the birth of the first international tourist relations. Ancient Rome also made its contribution by building a large network of roads which helped to get either to the Egyptian pyramids or to Greece. The Greeks in turn attracted tourists with various festivals and athletic competitions. In the Middle Ages, the Europeans traveled most actively and, by the way, left detailed description of many rivers, seas and continents, which significantly expanded the geographical knowledge of mankind. In the 19th century, the Englishman Robert Smart declared himself the first steamship agent. He registered passengers for ships cruising the Bristol Canal in Dublin. Then another British, Thomas Cook, organized the first mass train tour. This company till present remains one of the largest tourist organizations in the world. And now, as always, in the end of the program, a useful tip: how to spend an unforgettable vacation and save money. One of the ways to have a rest and save money is to abandon the services of travel agencies and camp wild. It is possible to find all the necessary information on numerous websites, blogs, and forums in the internet. If this option is too risky, trust the travel agency, but beforehand, study all the information about it. There, by the way, you can also choose the cheapest vacation offer. It is impossible not to mention the group traveling, which is much cheaper than the personal one. In addition to saving on the accommodation, buying a group tour will save you significantly on travel agency commissions and transportation costs. If you cannot gather the company, use the online services to select fellow travelers. And did you know that the night at the world's most expensive resort costs $30,000? Necker Island is located in the middle of the Caribbean Sea on one of the Virgin Islands. It was built by the famous billionaire Richard Branson, the first not astronaut who traveled to space. Scenic nature and native style is the key to the heart of estates. As for entertainment and amenities, the guests have everything they need: exquisite and delicious dishes, jacuzzis and a spa center, a gym, massage, yachting, fishing, library, and most interestingly, even a circus troupe. Kazakhstan is now actively promoting environmental and international tourism. As experts say, this is a free business niche. Europeans are particularly interested in Central Asia, and Kazakhstan, being the cradle of nomadic culture, is especially attractive in these terms. Careful work on the quality of services and the development of infrastructure will create a number of unique proposals, even for the most sophisticated travelers.